I said that I would make another one of these videos, like, in like a week, but it's been a little closer to 3. So, so here's the next video for my absolute, hyperfixation. These are the comics we're going to be going through today. It's going to be Absolute Batman 2 and 3, Absolute Wonder Woman 2 and 3, Absolute Superman 2 and 3, Absolute Green Lantern number 1, and Absolute Flash number 2. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Let's just start with Absolute Batman. I liked the continuation of this story more than number 1. I like Bruce's design a lot more than I like his Batman's design. It's just that his proportions are a little bit weird, which is not the worst thing in the world, but is a little bit, like, funny looking, in my opinion. I liked a lot of the other character designs, so that also makes up for it, as well as the amazing story that we're being told. I love the relationships between Bruce and his friends, and I'm excited to see where all of this goes with them eventually turning evil. And I like what they're doing with Alfred, and I'm very excited to see where it goes with that and the Barbara storyline, and I wonder how similar their roles will be in the future to the main continuity that we follow. In Batman number 3, I loved how they portrayed the relationships of each of the characters. Selina and Bruce's relationship was so cute, and the relationship dynamics grew on me because of how they built up that ending with Bruce's mom and the rest of Bruce's friends. I also liked seeing what they were doing with Alfred and Bruce, and it really didn't take very long for them to get to that whole point where Alfred really cares for Bruce and he really respects him a lot. I also liked seeing Bruce's detective skills, and I cannot wait to read the next issue. The Batman design was still meh to me, but it's still amazing nonetheless. For Absolute Wonder Woman number 2, I really liked how they're portraying Diana in this. She's just a badass who stands up to people like it's nothing, and I'm here for it the whole time. I'm very interested to see how far the relationship between her and Steve progresses with everything that we know about them from the main continuity. But we also know that this line of comics isn't afraid to shy away from the source, so I really wonder if she and him will continue to have a relationship. Seeing more of Cersei and Diana will always be good, in my opinion, and these monsters are so ridiculously huge. It's crazy, but I'm glad to see that it's like actually power scaling her correctly, because she's so ridiculously strong that she's able to go toe-to-toe with these giant monsters, and it really be so significantly easy for her. Well, easy, quote-unquote. And I like the humor and depth that we're seeing for these characters so much. It really makes them feel so human. For number 3 of Wonder Woman, I thought that they're still doing the characters so well, and they're really just expanding on that depth. Diana's backstory and losing her arm was so powerful. A hero and a warrior is something that she can be proud of, and it's amazing to see. Barbara seems like an interesting character, and I want to see what her bigger role is. She called her Wonder Woman for the first time, so that was good. And I'm interested to see where it goes with fighting against the Tetracide. In Absolute Superman number 2, I liked to see what they were doing with Lois and Kal, and Sol is very interesting. I'm glad to see how Superman isn't just a one-man team. He's got a little helper to help him out during his fights and whatnot. But I hope we get to see how smart Kal actually is, and less than the main stereotype of him being a himbo. I'm also very interested to see how he went from growing up on Krypton to growing up on Earth. And the Peacemakers are a great villain. I really love how he's an advocate for the lesser fortunate, and we can still see how he has that stern and caring side to him, which is very nice to see. And I also like that Lois is seeing some of her, like, not enjoying reporting, but liking it when it comes to something she's super interested in. In Superman number 3, we see Krypton is basically killing all its inhabitants, and it's very awful to see. Seeing the upper class basically deny that it was happening to the lower class just so that they could gain power was insane. It really shows how they can deny whatever they want as long as it benefits them. In this case, they're keeping the poor out of the loop so that they don't know what's happening to the planet. Kal being a reporter in school instead of like actually trying to do what they're trying to brainwash him with was very interesting, and I'm super glad to see it. I also thought the Martha reveal at the end was super crazy to see, and I'm very excited to see what happens with the Kents and how they tie into Clark's new origin. This first issue of Absolute Green Lantern was absolutely insane. I'm so curious about Abin Sur and the giant Green Lantern symbol. I don't know a lot about Green Lanterns going into this, so this is like my first like real impression of them. And Hal's weird black hole thing with his body was super scary, and I'm so confused on what was going on with that. And I liked the green essence around Joe, and I wonder what they'll do with that in the future costumes. And I'm super curious to see where they actually end up going with this whole story. Flash #2 had some beautiful art, and I'm absolutely in love with it. Wally slipping through time was super interesting, and I want to see so much more of that because it leaves you with so many questions and so little answers. I also like to see how they're portraying these relationships between the rogues, and I want to see more of how they're going to interact with other characters in the future. And I think I want to see how Wally interacts with them, because they don't seem to be trying to kill him, they just seem to be trying to capture him at this point. And honestly, I think that this suit design might be growing on me a little bit. At the end, the Grodd reveal was very interesting. I kind of like this version of Grodd, honestly. I think that this is pretty cool, and I want to see more of what they do with that. But overall, I really loved all these issues, and I can't wait to read the next ones, so stay tuned for another video like this in, I don't know, a couple weeks from now, maybe a week from now, who knows. I have a lot of other videos that I am planning on working in the meantime, so just stay tuned. You can check out all my other socials on the screen now if you want to, or not, whatever. Okay, bye now.